Have you ever made a dua wondering why it's not being answered? Well, I used to make all these five mistakes that I'm about to share. And let me tell you, it was definitely holding me back. Once I fixed them, my life completely changed. So let's talk about the top five dua mistakes and how to avoid them to transform your life. Sometimes we don't even realize we're making these mistakes when we're making du'as. So I'm going to be sharing with you some practical ways to fix them, inshallah. So if you're sitting there wondering, why is my dua not being answered, even though I'm praying tahajjud daily, even though I am making du'as when it rains, the last third of the night, I'm making du'as every single day. Why is Allah not listening to me? What's happening? What's wrong with my du'as? This video is for you. Mistake number one, not being specific. I used to make vague du'as like, "Ya Allah, give me success," and then I would sit there and wonder why things didn't change. It's like going to a restaurant and asking the waiter, "Bring me food." Like, what food, sis? What do you want? A steak? A salad? Desserts? You need to be specific. You need to be clear. Instead, be specific and say, "Ya Allah, help me land a job in this specific field to earn X amount of income monthly, yearly." You need to be specific on that as well. You see the difference? The more specific your dua is, the more intentional your energy becomes. Allah loves when we ask for detail. Shows how much trust we have in His ability to even grant you the smallest things. Mistake number two, not using Allah's beautiful names in your du'as. I used to say, "Ya Allah, give me this, grant me this." But imagine you're applying for a loan, and instead of convincing the banker why you're eligible for that loan, you sit there and say, "Give me the money." No connection, no context. Using Allah's 99 names, His beautiful Asma'ul Husna. It's like presenting your case with love, relevance, and faith. When you make dua, call on Allah's beautiful names. If you're making dua for rizq, call Al-Wahhab, Al-Rasaq, the sustainer, the one who promised to provide for you in the Quran, the one who is providing for you, the one who gave you the heart that beats inside your chest that you can't see, one that loves you and gives you chance to live every single day, chance to get closer to Him, chance to make more du'as. If you need forgiveness, ask Al-Ghafur Ar-Rahim, the most merciful, the most forgiven. It transforms your dua from being basic to heartfelt. Mistake number three, doubting the outcome. I'll admit this. There were times where I make dua and then immediately think, wait, will this actually happen? That's like planting seeds and then digging them up the next day to see if they're growing. Sis, you need to let it grow. Have yaqeen, certainty in your heart. Know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wouldn't put this dua in your heart, wouldn't allow you to raise your hands and talk to Him and ask Him if He didn't want to give it to you. That's the kind of mindset you need to have when you're making your du'as, because that will give you, so that will help you detach from the outcome, because you know that you've made du'a, you've done your part, you have yaqeen in your heart that Allah is going to give you, and you know that if it doesn't work out your way, there is going to be something better. Allah is going to replace that with something better. You know that the outcome will always be good for you. But if you don't believe your du'as, that's where you don't see your du'as getting answered, because you need to actually believe that your du'as has already been answered. Make du'a and believe that Allah is working behind the scenes even when you can't see it. Trust me, I have had du'a that I was making since I was 19, and it took years for me to see the answer to that du'a. Did I sit there and cry and think, "Oh my God, like I must have messed up. Allah doesn't want to give me this"? Yes. And that's where I made the mistakes. Allah works His divine timing and not ours. So don't stress. Allow your heart to be at peace, knowing that Allah heard you. Allah heard you and He wants to give you, and He is going to give you. Mistake number four, being inconsistent. Making dua only when you need something, it's like texting your friend only when you need a favor. Imagine how that feels. Allah deserves better than that, right? Turn your du'as into a daily habit. Daily affirmations. Use your du'as as affirmations. I started dedicating 5 minutes after every salah just to make du'as, and it completely changed my mindset. Remember, du'as is not just asking for things when you're in pain, it's building connection with Allah. Mistake number 5, not taking action. I used to think if I make dua, Allah will just drop it into my lap. But it's like sitting in your living room on your couch and saying, "Ya Allah, bring me food," without going to the kitchen. Sis, we gotta do our part too. Want a new job? Update your resume, then apply. Learn some skills that will help you get promoted. You want better health? Start eating better. Dua is a partnership. You're asking Allah for help while putting the effort. Dua isn't just a wish list. It's a conversation with the one who loves you the most, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you make dua, you're not just asking, you're also strengthening your relationship with Allah. So don't give up. Keep making dua even when you don't see immediate results, because Allah knows what's best for you and His timing is perfect. It's never too late. Trust that it will come to you when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips help you transform your du'as. If you made any of these mistakes, learned something new today, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Stay inspired. Keep making that dua. Assalamu alaikum.